Alaikum and welcome, Dr. Tazin Fahmi and our audience to our Prattle with PhD episode 4. Dr. Tazin Fahmi, she has obtained her PhD recently from United States. We'll listen to her story and insight about the long journey of PhD life in a very developed country like USA. Welcome, Dr. Tazin Fahmi.
Thank you, Badal Bhai.
At the beginning, we would like to know about your academic life. Uh, I think you can use this opportunity to talk about your primary school,
Okay,
high school, college, and university life.
okay. So I spent my early education life in North Bengal, mostly in Bogura. So Bogura is my hometown, and I studied my primary school, high school, and up to college there. So I finished my SSC in Bogura Government Girls High School, and I finished my HSC in Bogura Cantonment Public School and College. Then I got admission to University of Dhaka in the Department of Microbiology, and there I completed my 4 years of bachelor degree, and I did my master's over there. And that is the beginning of my microbiology career. And from there, I motivated to pursue my higher studies. And after finishing masters from Dhaka University, I joined to ICDDRB as a research officer in virology laboratory. And there I worked with many viruses, and that was kind of fascinating me, like to work in the molecular biology research for my PhD. And I joined there as a research officer, but later I got promotion as a senior research officer, and I worked in the Nipah virus study. And in 2014, I moved to United States with a full funded scholarship at Purdue University, where I obtained a master's degree in stress physiology and immunology. Then I moved for my PhD in Indiana State University. I started my PhD in 2016, and I graduated recently in December 2021. And currently, I am working as a postdoctoral fellow in Northwestern University, where I am working with human papillomavirus. So this is briefly my journey, like my academic journey.
Uh, Thank you for your brief introduction to your academic life. So, another important question that I used to ask, that is, what is the motivation behind PhD degree? Why you went for this hard degree?
Yeah, actually, when I studied the bachelor, that was the like fundamental of like the background of my subject, and I did some lab work. And in masters, that is little bit elaborated. Like I finished some projects, and at ICDDRB, I was involved in the identification of virulence mechanism of viruses. So that fascinated me, and I thought if I go for a PhD degree, I can improve my research skill as an independent researcher. And it's really a great opportunity to explore or deep dive into a topic of my interest, so I can just make it happen and publish it, then make it my own. So it's kind of The motivation is to get more skill in the research area, and I am very interested in academia jobs. So for academia, PhD is kind of very significant, or I can say it's essential to get to run a lab or to think critically. So this is the motivation behind my PhD.
Yeah, we cannot think of academic life mm, without PhD nowadays in this world.
Yes.
Uh,
Like mostly in our field, the molecular biology field.
yeah, so you have one master degree in USA before you started PhD.
Yes.
And in most of the cases, I see those who are doing PhD in United States of America, they have done another master degree.
Yes.
My question is, why is that? Because it is not essential, compulsory. Because if we have 16 years education, mm,
Yes. It's
still that is the trend. Why is that?
So it's not necessary, like it depends on the scope. Like when I was searching, I found that opportunity and I moved for that. Sometimes people just don't want to wait for directly like entering into the PhD program. If from outside of United States, a country like Bangladesh, sometimes students, if they get any opportunity for masters, like they accept it and they move, and after finishing masters they can move to PhD, or sometimes there are opportunities that you can convert or you can do 3 more years research to combine it as a PhD degree. So it's not a requirement that you need to do the masters, or like you need to first admit it to the masters. It depends on the person who is looking for the program. And these days, like kids are very updated, so they starts everything earlier, like the preparing for the like application and like preparing for the PhD program. So I know one student came last year after finishing his undergrad. So in United States, you can go to the PhD directly from undergrad. It's not necessary to have master's degree, but for the international student, they want at least they come here with a master's degree. But sometimes if advisor allows, or if anyone finds advisor, he doesn't like care the student has master degree or not, they can get into the PhD degree. So it depends on the situation or person to person.
But question is there any advantage doing a master's there? Is it something like that you get too used to the academic environment of United States of America before you jump to the bandwagon of PhD?
Yeah, I think it was very helpful for me because it was like just at the beginning in a new country with the new culture. And that time I was learning how to communicate with the people over here, how to like the social life and everything. It actually really helped me. And when I came here, like, I came alone, and after coming here, I found out that I am pregnant. So it was really helpful for me at that time to adapt with the environment. And the master's program is 2 years here, so it goes very fast with the research. And like for PhD program, we need to apply 1 year ahead. So at that time, just like adapting with the environment and the condition, I prepared for the applying for the PhD program. So it was really helpful for me. But I don't say that if anyone come directly to the PhD program, it will be hard for them, because PhD program is long here, long enough. So at the beginning, people get chance to know this kind of things, like how to communicate, how to take courses, or how to like work in the department.
Okay, so now I would like to ask a little bit different type of question. That is, you have bachelor and master degree from Bangladesh, and you have another master degree from USA.
Yeah.
So, what is the difference in these two degree in these two countries?
The difference, first I can say it's funded. So, like I get salary from from this degree. When I admitted and I did my masters, I had to do the assistantship. Like it's kind of like it's not like the long PhD program, but they consider the as a graduate program, and the research is short term, but it also like independent and like I think we need to involve in many things like teaching and like what we do at the beginning of the PhD degree. But in Bangladesh, I did 1 year's master degree. That was really short time for finishing a good research topic. So like I feel like 2 years master's degree is very important for the field of microbiology. Otherwise, like it would be difficult to get any findings from that short period of time. Even for the publication, like for publication, for writing papers, we need some time.
Okay, that's one very nice perspective that we should extend the time for master degree back in Bangladesh. Uh, and another question about that. For example, in my case, I can say I have master degree from Bangladesh in microbiology, and
Yeah.
I also did Master of Science in Biotechnology for 2 years program in Australia.
Okay.
My experience is that that 2 years actually, in terms of experience gathering in Australia, that is fine, but in terms of content of the degree, there was hardly any difference. Technically, I did not learn that much that I can invest another 2 years. So, content wise, how you compare these two master degree from two different countries?
Uh, content wise, actually, like for me, it was like more here, like I think. And as I told, like probably it depends on the person. Like for a short term master degree, if anyone can put lot of effort with better planning, I think the output could be similar. So like I'm talking about my experience, so I think my one was better here, because during my master degree there was like it's the time when there was like a lot of political unrest in the university, so university was closed and I couldn't do the lab research properly. Like it was kind of that, it's my personal experience, so it could be different for the other other people. So for my experience, I got more output here. And having this master degree in United States, that benefited me to get the PhD program, I think, more easily. Like the process the student need to go through from outside of the United States is, I think, more than if anyone is applying from here.
Okay. Yep. So now, question is, those who wants to do PhD in USA, how should they start? How should they start that process, and what are the process?
Okay, so unlike the other country, US PhD program is little bit like different because it's long term, like it's 5 to 7 years, and the application starts with the preparation with the GRE. So anyone who is interested, they need to make plan actually why they want to do the PhD and which topic they are more interested in. Based on that, they need to proceed. And the before applying, they need to have the GRE score and the other English proficiency test and the other credentials like the certificate and those things. And always like it's better to apply earlier. And usually there are 3 terms: the fall, summer, and spring. But for international students, fall is the most convenient one because it provides a lot of opportunities, fundings, and positions are available more at that time. But if anyone can manage any advisor or talk to the PI of the lab and they are interested, then any student can admission, like can get admission anytime. So the mostly the deadline for the fall, that is kind of December to February. So the application process starts in the September, and the decision comes like around April or May. So anyone is interested for fall, suppose the fall 2023, they need to apply in September or like in December in 2022. So 1 year earlier, they need to start applying. And so the the better process is to communicate with the supervisor, and then they need to start applying. But sometimes if they apply randomly with the university requirement, it also works, but that is a lot of work. Like it's a lot of competition with the other candidates, and like they need to go through a lot of processes.
So there are two options. That means you can first contact with the supervisor. If you have a supervisor who agreed to accept you, you can proceed. Another way is you apply through the graduate school. Then, if they find that someone is suitable for PhD in their university, then they will help to find a supervisor.
Yeah, so two option, but I feel like finding a supervisor is better because sometimes if you don't have any GRE score or something, you don't have to apply. So if the supervisor really like you, they can allow you to like stay a little bit, like they can allow you to come 1 year, or like 1 year later, or like it depends, the time is kind of flexible. But if you want to apply directly to the department, you need to have all the documents and everything in hand. And sometimes I feel like students consider the rank of the university like more important. That is important, but I think rather than the looking at the rank, you need to find the research topic and the advisor who really who really works with the topic that a student is interested in, that is more important. So like if anyone want to combine all of this, that works really well. But I think finding a supervisor is very who is working with the topic that people are interested in, that is more important.
That's a very important point, uh, because in real life we have to deal with the supervisor, and if the area is not of our interest, then it is very difficult to concentrate, to remain focused on the research. So here I would like to ask, from your experience, what uh, a PhD student should look into the supervisor, uh, in addition to the research topic. How to, in other words, how to choose a supervisor.
Okay, so they need to go through the profile that is available in the university website. So if they like, they would communicate. And sometimes, from my experience, I feel like if you communicate, you will know you will know how the person is. Sometimes, like it's not, you will understand everything of the advisor. So before applying, I think student need to go through at least like one interview with the advisor. So after having that interview, they like the lab, they can contact to the other lab member, and they can ask that how is the lab environment and how the research goes, like it's in teamwork, or like how the lab environment is. Lab environment is the very important thing, because if that is there is negative environment, it can reduce the work productivity a lot. So before coming to any lab, a student can contact to the lab members to know how thing works in that lab.
Yes, this is a long time you have to work in an environment. If it is toxic, then it is very difficult. Busy life. Uh, so,
And like from outside, like from Bangladesh, sometimes students just come when they get the opportunity, but later thing doesn't work with the supervisor, and they need to quit or they need to switch the lab. So it's better to have as much as idea they can gather before accept before accepting any position.
yeah. So, this is a small technical question. How is the rate of changing supervisor, PhD supervisor, in USA?
This is a like this is a topic, like it depends on the this is multicultural country, so it depends on the supervisor. So um, some supervisor, they are really flexible, and they can allow a student to do their own work in their own way. But I don't think it's that much, the rate is that much. But like in my experience during my PhD life, I see like um, two students, they changed their supervisor, like I observed in this 5.5 years. So I don't think among like 20 students, it would be like 8 or 10, it would be like one or two student, they changed supervisor or thing doesn't work between them.
Okay. So, I understand you did not change your supervisor.
Yeah.
So it seems it was a good relationship with your supervisor. Is there any tips that you want to share to maintain a at least a workable relationship with the supervisor, if not very good relationship?
Okay, so at the beginning, I think I don't know my supervisor, and my supervisor doesn't know what kind of person I am. So at the beginning, I think it's better to understand the psychology of supervisor and how he wants his student to work, and based on that, like I can plan my next steps. So that like something my supervisor is not liking, I should not move in that way. So I think at the beginning of the PhD, like 1 year or 2 year, we need to know how our supervisor really wants us to work. Then like if we can manage our work in our own way, that helps us to keep the relationship better. And sincerity, obviously, I think every supervisor wants that their student should be sincere, disciplined, and honest.
Okay. So sincerity, discipline, and honesty, important thing. Uh, I'll put this on discipline and honesty. Every is the super year ones. So let's ask from a different angle. Did you supervise any new PhD student or master student during your PhD time?
Yeah,
Did,
yeah, I did several. And like the new student, even PhD, and also the master student,
okay.
and also undergrads.
So as a supervisor, as a supervisor, mm, do you have any other suggestion other than these three important points?
Um, so, So other than like this important point, so what work student wants to learn, they needs to think critically, like not only following the instruction how their supervisor is telling them or not, they need to think by their own some problem, how can they solve it, or go through the material and like try to work um, like try to think independently, that I can say.
Okay, independent thinking is important.
Yes,
Independent.
because sometimes students wants to follow the instruction they get from their supervisor, then they really face trouble when they get an issue with their experiments and stuff. So if they think deeply how can they solve that problem by their own from the beginning, that helps. And one thing I want to mention about my supervisor, somehow I got that opportunity, like he just left all my experiment and research design on me. Like it doesn't mean that he didn't help, like it's I can reach him anytime, but for my all work, I just went through the papers, then designed my work and tried to establish the experimental protocol and set up the experiments. And I think that benefited me a lot. Like I feel like I can set up anything new of my own. So like it's sometimes really helpful, but teamwork is also like helpful.
Yes. So important point here is that independent thinking helps you to become an independent researcher. If you have that, take that opportunity of independent thinking during PhD time. Am I right?
Yeah, that I enjoyed during my PhD. Like I can do whatever I want. It's not like that anything. Like it's related to my research. Like I have that like opportunity that I can buy my things. I can design my research. If that doesn't work, I can try a different thing. I can make a backup plan. But that I enjoyed a lot. That I can do my research by my own.
So another question that is trend for higher study uh, is increasing, especially from Bangladesh. Lots of students are going in US and other countries for many various reasons. So, how is the life after PhD, post PhD life? People are getting easily postdoc position or other jobs, or new struggle start after PhD.
I think PhD is the most pathetic life here. But after that, I felt like it's easier to find a position in our field. I can say from my experience that for my postdoc, I applied in two places. I got that two position. So like I didn't go for like any more like application or thing. So I felt like PhD finding a PhD was much more difficult. But after that, I think here are a lot of opportunities like molecular biology, lot of opportunities. But we need to find out. Properly, not just randomly trying here and there. Like I need to focus what I want to do and how can I get that position. So like I need to focus on that. So like I think it's easier after PhD finding a
Okay,
job.
that's good to know that if life is easier after PhD there, is it for all subject area? How is your experience from your fellow PhD student from other subject, other countries?
So others, other countries, you mean the opportunity outside of United States? You are asking about?
No, in within the United States
Oh, okay,
for other
okay.
subject people.
Okay. So other subject people doesn't go for PhD that much. Sometimes they finish the masters and go for job. And even in molecular biology, some people, if they want to do the industry job, they finish the masters and go to the industry. But who are really interested in academia or a better position in the industry, they try to finish the PhD. And I think in the industry they don't want to hire the international student that much. So it's hard for people who want to go directly to the industry. So sometimes after finishing PhD, postdoc is really helpful. Then they can go for the job. And I think other subjects are easier than us. They have lot of option, like lot of companies, they provide jobs. But for molecular biology, like the industry job is little bit harder for the international student.
So now I would like to discuss a little bit about your postdoctoral research topic.
Okay.
So at this moment, you are Cancer Research Postdoctoral Fellow, Northwestern University,
Yes.
Weinberg School of Medicine,
Yeah.
Department of Microbiology and Immunology.
Yes.
And your research topic is understanding the mechanism of human papillomavirus in causing cervical and oral cancers. Uh, oral cancer can be for both men and women. Cervical cancer is the disease of the women.
Yeah.
So, question is, how is the rate of cervical cancer worldwide and in Bangladesh? Is it a big issue for us?
It's always a big issue. I think in developing country like Bangladesh, many times, like it's not diagnosed properly. Like in United States, it's the third most cancer causing agent, like human papilloma virus, that can like cause the cervical cancer. But in Bangladesh, I think rate is not like here, and many times like it's not diagnosed properly. I don't know the exact rate in Bangladesh, so I can give you the like numbers or like percentage right now.
Yeah, cervical cancer. With, from my limited knowledge, I know that this is an issue, as you already mentioned. Diagnosis is an issue, and usually women don't want to
Go
report
to the
their
doctor.
problem due to shyness. But when they cannot cope with the problems, ultimately it comes out when it is at the developed stage or later stage. Do you have any collaboration in this field, connection with people, those who are working in this field in Bangladesh? Especially, I think ICDD, we might have some project on this topic.
No, like I just started my position in January, so I'm just like at the beginning. So I haven't started any collaboration yet. But during my PhD, I had project collaboration outside of the United States. Like I just started here, so I don't have enough like enough communication with the people. And the PI I am working with right now, he is very well known in HPV research, and uh, many findings are from his lab. So he has many collaboration in Europe, and his postdocs or PhD students are involved with that. Probably in future, I can have collaboration. But in Bangladesh, I don't have any collaboration right now.
We hope that anyone working with papillomavirus, cervical cancer in Bangladesh will know that you are working also in this field and might be interested, and a collaboration can develop of that one. So this is very important topic, understanding the mechanism. Okay,
Yeah.
mechanism. So what will be the output if we understand the mechanism well? Will get any? Is there any vaccine, or will develop vaccine in future?
So there is a vaccine available right now, and it's only like effective when you can like treat the patient at the beginning. But when it develops the cancer, or like it involves in the DNA repair mechanism, that time the vaccine doesn't work. So the output would be like understanding the mechanism. We can limit their growth. Actually, HPV they infect the human keratinocytes, and there they goes the differentiation stage, and there they activate some signaling pathway that repairs the DNA damage, and that inactivates the apoptosis, and it induces the cancer. So if we find the mechanism how they are regulating the DNA damage repair, so we can inhibit that mechanism, and we can reduce the risk of the cancer, and it can be used as antitherapeutic cancer antitherapy for human papillomavirus infection.
I have got one technical, I think, and interesting question, that is this one virus affecting two different organs and they are long separated.
Yeah.
Why and how is that?
So it's like the cervical one is established since long time, and as it infects the keratinocytes, so it can infect any epithelial like cell in the body. But the type of the virus that is different from the oral and the cervical one, and it's it's not very clear yet, but it looks like there are different receptor in different part. So some HPV, there are like more than 400 types of HPV strains are circulating, and some preferentially infect the cervical site, and some preferentially infect the oral site. So it's still a mystery, like people are working on that, why these two sites are different infecting site of the HPV.
I see your awards, University Excellence and Teaching Award for Graduate Student.
Yeah.
Um, so, from your teaching experience in USA, would you like to make any suggestion for change in teaching in our country?
Uh, so, like I taught lab, microbiology lab, and that's also the lecture. So it's mostly the practical, like not only memorizing thing and lot of like background things. So with every topic, they needs to go with the like practical activities, and the communication with the students, I think it's very important during teaching. And I feel like that communication with the student teacher, that makes teaching or also learning enjoyable or like it's I think it's important.
So how can we improve that communication in Bangladesh between teacher and student?
uh, like um, like how can I mention this, we should not like appear in front of student that I am teaching, or like it's our culture, like we are kind of little bit prefer to keep distance with the teachers, like respected one, but here it's kind of friendly relationship. So I think that helps the learning process
Um,
better.
yeah, that's our culture that
Yeah.
we are taught to maintain a distance with the teacher. Uh,
And another
and
thing, like here, like all students are same, like you like I cannot differentiate based on their performance or anything, all are same, all student I need to like I need to talk or I need to teach in the same way.
okay, so from teacher side, all students should be treated equally.
Yeah,
Uh, you want to say that is missing? That is missing in our country, and
sometimes I think.
and also another important point, as there is some distance from the student side, from the teacher side, this distance should be reduced. They should be approachable so that
Yeah,
uh, a good grade student, lower grade student, everyone can approach them, ask them
in the same
questions.
way. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we need to improve that one. Um, we are almost at the end of our discussion. Thank you very much for your time and sharing your story and insights.
Yeah, I'm glad that I can share a little bit experience. Hopefully, it could be informative for some future PhD student. Yeah, during
Yeah.
applying.
So I want to discuss more about teaching and study syllabus. That is your master degree from Purdue University,
Yeah.
Department of Biology. Dissertation was stress and immunological evaluation of sea urchin treated for different nutraceuticals. So, MS, for example, in case we get MS degree or MSc degree in specific area, microbiology, biochemistry, genetic engineering. So, what is the actual degree? Is it Master of Science in which area specialization?
It's usually says the department name, like mostly Department of Biology. So PhD in biology, MS in biology. But if anything is very particular, like cell molecular biology, then it's like MS in cell molecular biology. For mine, it's like MS in biology.
Okay. So, student enroll in that department at the same time, they get degree on different topic. For example, in our case, in Bangladesh, we all student in the microbiology department, we are getting Master of Science in microbiology.
Yeah.
Is it different there? That, for example, there are 20 students, they are getting master degree in different subject area, or they are all Master of Science in biology?
Yeah, they are in the same department, then all are masters in biology. But like in our country, like in our department, only like the interdepartmental courses, only the microbiology we are taking the courses. But the thing are different here, that any student can take any courses. Like from outside of biology department, they can take the courses we are like doing right now. It's kind of like that. So which department are the student, which department they are from, their degree is from that department. But here there is flexibility that we can take any courses in the university, like that is relevant or irrelevant, but that depends on the student. Usually we don't take irrelevant courses, but here that is the difference between our department and here, that the course choice can be flexible.
So, depending on the courses, I think degree changes.
Uh, Not really. Like the same course, the undergrad, the masters, the PhD, all can do together, but
Okay.
their degree are different. Coursework doesn't like it doesn't determine their degree. So if anything is helpful, I can take, but there are different level that undergrad needs to take this level of courses. Like their course, it's the same course, but it doesn't goes with their degree. Like it's only to get their knowledge to
Okay.
finish the degree.
So, this is one question from about our degree in our country. Okay. Uh, let's see whether we can get any new perspective from you. For example, uh, we get bachelor degree, then we are also getting a general common degree in microbiology, Master of Science in microbiology.
Yeah.
But if we go for a specialization in masters, for example, Master of Science in clinical microbiology, that is one direction. It can be industrial microbiology or environmental microbiology. Uh, do you think that will be better than the present common degree, one degree back in Bangladesh?
If there is opportunity, I think that's better, but sometimes, like generally, it can cover up a wide area of subjects. So that is kind of when we search for a position outside of Bangladesh, like we can show that we have experience in a wide area of subject. So I think it's always better not to focus a particular area, but for like PhD, definitely you need to focus on a specific topic. But for like masters, I think up to the masters, we need to have like generally like the like our department has right now.
Okay, that's one good point.
Because if we make things specific, we just need to go in that one direction, and sometimes the opportunity is very limited. So when we have diverse experience, we can like go in different areas.
Okay, so I will ask another little bit technical question at the end. Uh, it's related to Bangladeshi context.
Okay.
For example, in Bangladesh, sometimes students from engineering university, medical colleges, they come to study biological science. They think that there is better opportunity for research in biological science. But if anyone wants to be a researcher, he can be researcher as an engineer, as a doctor. Another point is we have grading. Okay, this is the top subject of the university. That is the top subject. Even if they are not interested in that area, they choose the top subject, then the area of interest or subject of interest. uh, from experience of Bangladesh and USA. Do you have any suggestion for them?
Like if if anyone wants to work in Bangladesh, like that time it matters. Like if you go with the top subjects, they will get like good job and good position. But here I think like every subject they have their own specialty, and who are interested in, they goes in that area. And I think there are more job opportunities, more research opportunities here. So finding a position after finishing or after graduating is not very difficult. But like in Bangladesh, suppose microbiology, we previously when I was there, it was very limited, like some pharmaceuticals or some like research institute like ICTRB. So it's very limited. So in that position, like sometimes students need to like take the top one to get a better opportunity, even though they are not interested in. I think it works in that way.
Yeah, but question is whether for someone is it possible to excel in that area if he is really not interested. Mm, that is a big issue. We need to address that one. That where lots of brain is wasted. Someone in a subject but not interested, and this grading system, this is top or that is top subject, this is also a faulty system. There is no systematic or scientific way to grading that one.
Yeah. And if, I think everything is difficult also for international students here, because when we come with one subject with the visa status, and it's very hard to switch or hard to find another one. But the local or the domestic student here, they can choose anything, or they can just take off for few years, they can start from the beginning. But I think even though we are here, there are lots of opportunities. Sometimes opportunities are limited to the international people.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Tazin, for your time and for sharing your experience and insights. We hope that that will be helpful for the future PhD students who wants to go to USA particularly, and in general anyone, because PhD life there are similarities everywhere around the world.
Yeah.
We also hope that there will be some collaboration between you and Bangladeshi researchers in the papillomavirus field. And
Okay.
in future, we hope to talk with you in another topic, another forum, as a well-known researcher in USA. With that hope, I'll finish today's discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity here.